The palace was unusually quiet that night. The lanterns swayed softly in the breeze, their golden glow flickering across the stone courtyard. Ji Young sat across from the king beneath the shade of an old pine tree, her face illuminated by the trembling light. Though the night was peaceful, her heart was restless. With calm but determined eyes, she broke the silence. "Your Majesty," she began, her voice steady yet gentle, "I will continue into the third round of the competition, but I beg of you, please never bow before the Ming dynasty." The king turned his gaze toward her. For a moment he said nothing, only studying her expression as if to weigh the gravity of her words. Ji Young pressed on, her thoughts spilling out like water from a cracked jar. "At first," she confessed, "my anger was selfish. I thought only of how they looked down on Joseon, how they treated us as small, as insignificant. But then I watched our people, Giljiam, Master Iam, Master Meng, working day and night without complaint. I saw the cooks struggle with trembling hands, pushing themselves far beyond their limits. Even the Ming cooks, they gave everything they had in the match. And something in me changed. I don't just want to resist their arrogance anymore. I want to win, truly win, and now I believe, no matter what happens, victory will be ours." The king's brow furrowed with worry. "But the pressure cooker," he said slowly, "the lid has not yet arrived. Without it," Ji Young smiled almost mischievously, "Master Chunsang will come, I believe it." Her unwavering faith startled the king. For a moment he felt ashamed of his own doubts. "No one," he told her firmly, "has the right to criticize you. The effort you have given until now is already more than enough, even if something were to go wrong." Ji Young reached across the table and placed her hand gently over his. "Do not worry, Majesty. I am stronger than I look." But fate had its own sense of timing. As she lifted a small porcelain cup, her fingers slipped, and the scalding hot water spilled across her hand. The king sprang to his feet. "Ji Young!" His voice cut through the stillness. She tried to smile through the pain. "I am fine," she whispered, but the tightness in her expression betrayed her. The king turned sharply to the chief eunuch. "Fetch the physician, now!" As the servant scrambled, the king took her hand carefully in his own. Guilt gnawed at him. "This is my fault," he thought bitterly. "I pushed her into this fire. She suffers for the sake of the nation, while I can only watch." Ji Young, however, shook her head. Her eyes gleamed with something fiercer than pain. Determination. "Even if we lose, Your Majesty, it does not matter. What matters is that we fight until the very end, that we show them Joseon's spirit will never break." The king could not reply. He only held her hand more tightly, as though afraid that if he let go, she would vanish. But while Ji Young's resolve grew, darkness stirred elsewhere. In the hidden corridors of the palace, Mokju whispered with Prince Jazen. Their eyes glinted like predators circling prey. "This is our chance," Mokju murmured, her voice sharp as a blade. "If we can remove the head royal chef, the king's fury will be uncontrollable. The palace will collapse into chaos." Prince Jazen smirked. "And in that chaos, our place in power will rise. The competition is not just about food, it is the perfect stage for betrayal." Their ambition was boundless, their schemes dangerous. For them, the cooking contest was no longer a battle of flavors, but a battlefield for control. The following day, the decisive round of the competition began. The air in the hall was heavy with tension. Dishes clattered, knives sliced, fires roared. Yet all eyes were fixed on one thing, the missing pressure cooker lid. "What if it doesn't come?" one cook whispered anxiously. "What if our dish is ruined?" But Ji Young stood calm amidst the storm. "We have a plan," she reminded them firmly. "If something unexpected happens, we will use Plan B. We are not without options." Her steady voice filled the team with new strength. Fear gave way to determination. The king, however, felt unease growing within him. He began to sense that this contest was no longer about culinary pride. Behind the flames of the stoves lurked a fire far more dangerous, a conspiracy against the throne itself. Then came the whisper that chilled his blood, a plot to send Ji Young as a tribute woman to the Ming court. The thought alone made his fists tighten. The Ming soldiers, bold and unrestrained, made no effort to hide their defiance. Their presence was a provocation, their arrogance a spark, waiting to ignite the powder keg of rebellion. The palace walls, once secure, now felt fragile, as though one wrong move would shatter everything. The competition had become a crucible, not just for food, but for loyalty, for survival, for the very soul of Joseon. Ji Young's courage was the only light piercing through the darkness. Her cleverness, her willpower, her refusal to bend, these were the kingdom's last defenses. Yet even she could not stand alone forever. Would her strength be enough to weather the storm? Or would the conspiracies swirling through the palace succeed in breaking both the king and his realm? The night ended with no answers, only questions. Suspense thickened like smoke in the air, and as the lanterns flickered out, the audience was left with a single thought. What will happen in the next episode?